make a huge difference. In your toughest moments and times, rely absolutely on God and what motivates you and gives you purpose. Just like how each one of us, each one of your white coats will fit differently. We have small, medium, and large. Extra large as well. So will your place in the pharmacy profession. You just have to find the coat that is tailored to suit you. Once again, on behalf of the leadership of faculty and the university, the White Coat Ceremony Planning Committee led by Dr. Mrs. Opare Addo, and on my own behalf, I say you are most welcome. Sit back, relax as we share in this memorable occasion. Thank you.
Another round of applause for our Dean, please. Thank you. Since he has given us the pharmacokinetic aspect of it, we have arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to continue with our acknowledgement. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. John Odai Tete, the FDA Regional Director. We also have in our midst Pharmacist Yao Asante Agyare. Our keynote speaker, Pharmacist Kwasi Poku Boateng. We also have our Vice Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Professor Samuel Asarenkansa. Thank you. We also have in our midst Reverend Professor Charles Sansa, former Pro-Vice-Chancellor of KNUST and a Professor of Pharmacology. Pharmacist Dr. Richmond Edusa Poku is an executive member of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. We crave your indulgence to kindly join us upstage, please. We also like to invite upstage the Regional Director of Pharmaceutical Services, Pharmacist Rita Osudonko. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to crave your indulgence to introduce these very important people without whom today would not have happened. And so, in no I wish to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Kofi Boama Mensah, Department of Pharmacy Practice. Dr. Kweku Jemfi Opong, Department of Pharmacy Practice. Professor Isaac Ayensu, Head, Department of Herbal Medicine. Professor Stephen Yaogbedema, Head, Department of Pharmaceutics. Dr. Priscilla Kolibia Mante, Pharmacology. Professor Eric Boakye-Gyasi, Head of Pharmacology. Professor Gustav Komlaga, Head of Pharmacognosy. Professor Noble Kontrobe, Pharmaceutics. Dr. J.K. Addo, Pharmaceutical Chemistry. Dr. Mrs. Abna Ponsan Brobe, Pharmaceutical Chemistry. Professor Kwabna Oforikwachi, Pharmaceutics. Dr. Mrs. Ya Asantua Osei Pharmacist. Professor Frances Thelma Osudeko, Pharmacy Practice. She is the immediate past chair of the White Coat Ceremony Committee. Dr. Joseph Atakwa, Department of Pharmacy Practice. Dr. George Enusin, Pharmacology. Dr. Mrs. Efia Frimpong Mama for Pharmacy Practice. Professor MLK Mensah, Herbal Medicine. We also have in our midst the pioneer group, the first batch, those who had white coats. Please give a wave. Thank you very much. We also have Dr. Mrs. Mariam Boakye-Gyasi. From the Department of Pharmaceutics, we have Professor Samuel L. Kipo. Members of the White Coat Ceremony Committee who have worked tirelessly to make this happen: Dr. Mrs. Mercy Opare Addo, Chairperson. Dr. Mrs. Vivian Esiapa-Boama. Dr. Isaac Kingsley Amponsa. Dr. James Opon Checheku. Dr. Newman Osafo. Mrs. Catherine Encho. And your student reps, Naah, Kojo, Eyifah, and Akosua. Thank you all so much. We are also honored to have in our midst a Chief, Nana Basua Kumenyin III, Otumfos Abrimpong Hene. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are honored to have the keynote address by our special guest speaker, who is a person of great achievement. Pharmacist Kwasi Poku Boateng graduated from KNUST, which was then called the University of Science and Technology, the premier university in Ghana and West Africa, with a B.Pharm degree in the year 1992. He is a fellow of the Ghana College of Pharmacists, and he has an MBA in Strategic and Project Management from the Paris School of Management. He has certifications from the American Society for Quality as a certified pharmaceutical GMP professional, and he's also a certified quality auditor. For the past 27 years, he has worked as a quality practitioner in the public sector, manufacturing industry, and as a quality management consultant. He has a good working knowledge of quality systems and standards. When you hear of ISO, please think of him. He has participated in ISO 9001, 22000, and so many others. Currently, he has served as the chairman of the IPA, that is Industrial Pharmacists Association, and a member of the governing board of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana for 8 years in the past. He currently serves on the board of Technical Committee of the Ghana Standards Authority and the School Management Board of the University of Ghana School of Pharmacy, and he teaches at both the Ghana and West Africa College of Pharmacists. Ladies and gentlemen, with the biggest round of applause, please let's welcome our keynote speaker.
Hello. Madam MC, thank you for your kind words. The representative of the Vice-Chancellor, the Provost of the College, the Dean, the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, former Pro-Vice-Chancellor, the Catholic and Protestant chaplains, the chair of the white coat ceremony, parents, students, guests. It is indeed an honor to be part of the 6th white coat ceremony. I did not have the honor 30 years ago of being part of such a ceremony. But well, today has offered me the opportunity to be part of one. And I want to thank the leadership of the faculty for this honor. I want to speak to you today on the topic, drug development, the role of the Pharm D Pharmacist in the provision of pharmaceutical care. I want to start by posing a question. Who is the Pharm D Pharmacist? I have attempted to answer this question by saying that the Pharm D Pharmacist is basically a pharmacist who has received training in the basic pharmaceutical sciences. In addition to that, you have also been trained in the clinical skills necessary for professional practice and should therefore be able to take into consideration patient care issues in the various aspects of your practice. A few years ago, a decision was taken in West Africa to make the Pharm D the minimum acceptable qualifications for registration of pharmacists. And the West African Health Organization, that is the health organ for ECOWAS, developed a curriculum for that. They set up 9 objectives for the Pharm D curriculum, and I just want to mention 2 of them. One is to design, develop, formulate, produce, distribute, and dispense high-quality, safe, and effective medicines and other healthcare products and devices. The other objective I want to make mention of is the fact that the Pharm D Pharmacist is supposed to be a lifelong learner. The West African Health Organization, in setting these objectives, envisaged the role of the pharmacist in drug development. So now I want us to take a look at the drug development cycle. The stages of the drug development cycle involves discovery and development, preclinical research, clinical research, regulatory filing, review and approval, commercial manufacturing, and then finally post-marketing safety surveillance. Your skills as a Pharm D pharmacist puts you in a unique role to function in all these phases. If we look at drug discovery, during this phase, researchers adopt several approaches, including harnessing new insights into a disease in order to design a product either to stop or reverse the effect of the disease. Other approaches involve leveraging unanticipated effects of existing treatments. The Pharm D pharmacist is well positioned to play a unique role in this process. If we look at the development and clinical research phases, clinical trials and other things, the clinical pharmacist is part of the team that conducts research into the pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, toxicity, safety, and efficacy of the medicines at this stage. Your role in these stages brings a unique perspective to the work of the research team, because this is a stage where the work is carried out by a multidisciplinary team, and the contribution of the pharmacist to this team can be very unique. You work with physicians, basic scientists, and other healthcare professionals at this stage. And it has been observed that publications on such researches usually quote the clinical pharmacist as the first author. Now, if we look at regulatory filing, review, and approval, the Pharm D Pharmacist is well equipped to play roles in the preparation of the application dossier, which is submitted by the manufacturer to the Medicines Regulatory Authority, and also the review and approval process, which is carried out by the regulatory authority. The application dossier is a compilation of data covering the quality, safety, and efficacy of the medicinal product, which is submitted to the Medicines Regulatory Authority for review. In addition to submitting the application dossier, the manufacturer also needs to demonstrate that production and quality control processes are carried out in accordance with the relevant good practices. On the other side, that is during the review and approval, the Medicines Regulatory Authority also reviews and evaluates the application dossier to ensure that the medicinal product conforms to the requirement of quality, safety, and efficacy. They also conduct inspection of the manufacturing and clinical trial sites to ensure compliance with good practices, such as good manufacturing practices and good clinical practices. And they also carry out quality control tests on the products to ensure conformance to product specifications. These are roles that can be performed by other life science professionals, but the skill set of the Pharm D Pharmacist puts him or her in a better place to excel in these roles. Then the next stage is the commercial manufacturing. This usually involves 6 key systems that interact to deliver the finished pharmaceutical product. We have the quality assurance system, the facilities and equipment, the production system, laboratory, materials, packaging, and labeling. Pharmacists may either have a direct or indirect role in each of these systems. If we look at the quality assurance system, QA provides the technical oversight of the technical functions to ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. For facilities and equipment, this is usually the domain of engineers, but the pharmacist plays a role in determining the types of equipment that are needed, the specifications, the capacities of the equipment, among others. If we come to production, which is the core business, your knowledge in pharmaceutics makes you a critical resource in this area. Then we have quality control laboratory. This also employs other scientists, but the pharmacist is able to bring a valuable perspective because of his ability to relate their work to the patient. I remember many years ago in Japan, we observed that you hardly had a tablet which was bigger than 9 millimeters. And why did they set that kind of specification? They have a large adult population. And then practice showed that it was difficult for them to handle or swallow tablets bigger than that. So they set the specification like that. Another example I can set is how you manipulate the parameters, the quality control parameters, in order to impact positively on the quality of life of your patients. I remember in one of the manufacturing companies that I worked with, we decided that for our paracetamol tablets, the dissolution, even though most compendia will give disintegration time specification as 15 minutes, we decided to set it for 1 minute. And why 1 minute? Because if you have a headache and you take your paracetamol and you want to get relief, you don't want to wait for more than 15 minutes. You see, the tablet needs to disintegrate before it's dissolved, before it's absorbed for it to start working. So 15 minutes is fine. That is what the specification says. But your knowledge as a pharmacist, relating it to the patient, should enable you to manipulate these specifications to impact positively on the life of the patient. Typically, the pharmacist may not directly manage materials, packaging, and labeling, but their input is critical. Your input is critical in determining appropriate specifications for materials, container enclosure systems, packaging, the associated labeling, and the patient information that goes with it. The next phase is the post-marketing safety monitoring phase. The true picture of most medicinal products regarding safety evolves over time, despite the rigorous clinical trials and everything that new products are subjected to. You don't really get to know all the effects of the medication. Some may take even years to detect. And I always tell the story of aspirin. Aspirin was discovered sometime in the 1890s. It took almost 100 years, sometime in the late 1980s, to detect the link between aspirin and Reye's syndrome. I believe we don't, and for me, growing up as a child, there was junior aspirin, some small sweet orange tablets, and my mother used to give us junior aspirin. So it is by the grace of God that nothing happened to some of us. We don't want to wait for 100 years to be able to detect some of these things. And that is why safety monitoring is very important. It is done by both the Medicines Regulatory Authority and the manufacturer or the marketing authorization holder. In Ghana, the FDA requires that every manufacturer or marketing authorization holder should engage a qualified person for pharmacovigilance to make sure that the products that you are putting on the market are safe. And these are all roles that a pharmacist is uniquely qualified to play. Now, I want to end by turning my attention to career opportunities for the Pharm D Pharmacist in the drug development and manufacturing space. Current development has taught us that every country needs to develop the capacity to manufacture the essential medicines that they need. Today, if you look at what is happening, as I said, we need to build capacity. In the event of another pandemic, we'll not be scrambling around, even trying to find out how we can make simple things like hand sanitizers. And it will interest you to know that the African Union realized this as far back as 2007 and developed a pharmaceutical manufacturing plan for Africa and a subsequent business plan in 2013. In 2009, to complement the pharmaceutical manufacturing plan for Africa, they also established the African Medical Products Regulatory Harmonization Program to strengthen regulatory capacity and improve access to quality-assured medicines, and also to create a level playing ground for trade in pharmaceuticals. These efforts have culminated in the establishment of the African Medicines Agency, and this agency is expected to start operation before the end of the year when a host country is selected. Some of us strongly advocated that the agency should be in Ghana, but because we have the Secretariat of the African Free Trade Area, this may be difficult. But nevertheless, wherever the AMA is, it will offer career opportunities for suitably qualified pharmacists. There is also expansion of pharmaceutical manufacturing across the continent. In Ghana, almost all the big pharmaceutical companies are putting up new GMP-compliant facilities. Multilateral agencies like the African Development Bank actually providing funding to some international organizations like the West African Health Organization to provide technical assistance to strengthen pharmaceutical manufacturing. And there is also the Partnership for African Vaccine Manufacturing that is working seriously to get vaccine manufacturing going on the continent. Unfortunately, Ghana is one of the countries that has been identified as one of the hubs for the continent. All these things provide opportunities. And when these things happen, there are also opportunities created for pharmacists in international development. And I can tell you, GIZ is supporting the present Vaccine Manufacturing Committee. And the gentleman who is coordinating this support is a pharmacist. USAID for many years has been providing support to medicines regulators and manufacturers. And the people who provide this technical support, many of them are pharmacists. So even though you may be a well-qualified Pharm D, nobody is going to offer. There's something I'm doing wrong. So as I was saying, nobody is going to give you a job simply because you have a Pharm D. If you are going to be successful in the drug development and manufacturing space, you should have skills that make you competitive. And you should also have the right attitude. I work with a multidisciplinary team. And if you give a job to a chemist or a biochemist, they stay on their job and they stay focused. But for many of us pharmacists, because we have options in our environment, we want to follow everything. Pharmacy is a multi-career profession. So decide the path, your career path, and focus on it. Develop your skills and your competencies. If you have an opportunity to pursue postgraduate training, by all means do that. In fact, many people now have postgraduate training. What really differentiates you are some of these professional certifications, because professionalism is very important. As a pharmacist, you already have your registration as a pharmacist, but you need to go beyond that. I said FDA Ghana, for instance, requires qualified persons for pharmacovigilance for almost every manufacturer and marketing authorization holder. So if you want to be in that space, get yourself trained in that area. In fact, in my team, if you join us, I insist that you become a member of the American Society for Quality and pursue various certifications in GMP, in quality management, and the rest. Because we provide technical assistance, and you should be sharp and up to the task. These professional certifications keep you abreast because you'll be required to show evidence of continuous professional development before you get recertified periodically. Another skill, which may not be so technical, but which is very relevant, are the language skills. I can tell you without a shade of doubt that if you have French language capabilities, you can almost certainly get a job in any of our big manufacturing companies. Why? Because they are exporting their products. I used to work in a company where we exported our products to 19 countries in West and Central Africa, and only 5 of these countries were Anglophone countries. The West African market is Francophone. They need people with language skills and who also understand the technical work. You may get somebody who speaks French, but they don't understand the technical stuff. So language capabilities is very important. And as I said, I refer to one of the other objectives, being a lifelong learner. These days, it is not difficult to acquire knowledge. Unlike our days when we had to make photocopies, look for journals, and read books. These days, at the press of a button, you can have access to information. It is more important than any certificate that you have. Be a lifelong learner and have the right attitude. I want to end by sharing with you an advice I received 30 years ago from one of our professors. What he said is that you are now going into the world, and when you go into the world, seek knowledge, develop your skills before you go after money. Because you have the skills and the knowledge, the opportunities will chase you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pharmacist Kwasi Poku Boateng. Indeed, he has admonished us students to be lifelong learners. And language capability, we can't do without it. The West African market is a francophone one. So all the French that you are studying, please take it seriously, because it's going to open doors for you. Oui? I believe that our students are inspired and many will follow in your footsteps. Thank you so much. Another round of applause for him, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the Regional Manager for Pharmacy Council Ashanti Region is in our midst. Please give us a wave. Can you please join us up here? Thank you. I wish to acknowledge the presence of our faculty registrar, the Registrar for Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Madam Adeline. Let's also put our hands together for Dr. Frederick William Akufo-Usu, Dr. Johnny Adote, Mr. Silas Ajay, and we have a number of our preceptors here. Please give us a wave, our preceptors. Thank you very much. Please, let's note that on this flight, our exits are to the left and to and our restrooms are out and in the basement. Thank you. Earlier, we were informed that our noble Vice-Chancellor is ably represented by a renowned professor of architecture and a member of the University Council, Professor Rexford Acheampong. And so, to give advice and remarks on behalf of the Vice-Chancellor, let's put our hands together for Prof. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you very much, the beautiful moderator. Dr. Mrs. Mariam Boakye-Gyasi. Incidentally, she happens to be my neighbor. Otumfo representative, Provost of the College of Health Sciences, Professor Christian Agyare, the Dean of Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Professor Berko, Panyin, Anto. Our keynote speaker, Mr. Kwasi Poku Boateng, the chairperson of the White Coat ceremony, Dr. Mrs. Opare, Addo, senior professors and colleagues, distinguished students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. It is gratifying for me to be here this morning representing the Vice-Chancellor, who is one of your own, the first ever lady to become Vice-Chancellor of this noble university, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. I'm representing the Vice-Chancellor at this moment, but I'm putting on record that I am fully responsible for my faults at this meeting, but every credit goes to her for being here. Since brevity is the soul of wit, I'll be very brief at this moment because a word to the wise is enough. Incidentally, my first child at the age of 4 years was asked, "When you grow up, what will you do?" And she said that, "I want to be a pharmacy." 4 years. And I was asking myself, how did this girl get to know this? But when she passed the SHS or the BCE, apparently went into general arts. So she dodged me. The second one went into science, and the hope was that he would become a pharmacist, but he also went into another allied health program. It was left with the last one. So she wasn't sure what to do. And it took her to the last week of filling the forms. And she decided that she would do pharmacy. But even that, there was a twist. And indeed, Reverend Professor Ansah had to come in to save the situation because she wasn't too sure about what pharmacy is all about. But the secret is that I have loved pharmacists. And I have a lot of friends and mentors from pharmacy. Won't you clap for that? I am a proud father today because I know one day I can biologically say that I belong to the fraternity of pharmacy because my daughter is one. Now, she said that the apparel often proclaims the man. And there is a truism in this. 4 days ago, after a lecture, coming down from my office, I saw a group of students standing there, ladies, and I wouldn't call him or them gentlemen because they were improperly dressed. So I stopped, and that is very characteristic of me. I stopped and asked the young man that, "Are you a student?" Then he said, "Yes." Then I said, "Which program?" For purposes of ethics, I won't mention the program. He said, "I belong to this program in my college." And I said, "How can you dress like this?" He was in a and a sports shorts and chalawati. a lecture time. And I said, how can you dress like this? Then one of the ladies said that, you see, we have always told you. That meant that it is a habit. And habit, according to Bourdieu, is a structure that has been structured to structure structures. So I said, no, you cannot. And that is why what you are doing is so important. Because it reminded me of what brought about the white coat. In the late 1890s, a professor of medicine went to the dean of students of University of Chicago that I have seen students coming to lectures in sportswear. Can we have a code for them, a dress code? Initially, health professionals were using black. They felt it's a very serious business, so they were using black. But with time, there was a realization that it is not only about black, but it's also about giving care and trust to the patients. And therefore, white was chosen. Symbolically, white means purity. It shows that when there is a dirt in it, you'll be identified. And that is why white was chosen. For you to be robed in, so that everybody looking at you will have the peace, will have the joy, will have the confidence that indeed I have come to you for some kind of relief, and I'll get it from you. Today is your moment. Once you wear it, what is expected of you is a deep sense of professionalism. And as a professional, the way you talk, the way you behave. If you are wearing white, you will not dirty yourself. If you are wearing white and there is a dirt in it, it will be seen. What I am standing on behalf of the Vice-Chancellor to tell you is that you have found yourself in a noble profession. As I said, I am familiar and I know the lecturers in the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. They are known across the world. They are reputable internationally, and everybody knows them. So I can attest and believe that the training that they have taken you through is unblemished. And that is why the coat that you are going to wear today should not be blemished by you. I wish you well, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Indeed, the coats that you are going to wear today should not be blemished. And I can attest to the fact that Prof walks the talk. Anytime, anywhere you see him, he's smartly dressed. So please, let's pick that from his advice. Thank you. We wish to acknowledge the presence of the librarian of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Mrs. Vivian Seniaja. We acknowledge the presence of all academic staff, registrars, and other staff present here. Our dear parents, please give us a wave. Parents. Please, I think we can do it better for our parents. It's now the turn of our distinguished provost, who also happens to be a pharmacist, to give us his remarks. Please let's welcome Professor Christian Agyare.
beautiful facilitator. Thanks. Good. Professor Resford, as I see upon Vice-Chancellor's representative, the Dean, all protocol observed. I'm happy to be part of you. As indicated by the moderator, I'm part of you. So I'm not coming here just as a provost, but I'm part of the ceremony. And I'm happy that I'm also part of the training. First, let me congratulate you coming to this level of your training, 4 years, more of the basic sciences or what we call the pre-clinicals. It's level 2 years, and we are hoping that you all be here, you finish successfully, and then we can confer on you the Pharm D degrees. Moving from the pre-clinical stage to the clinical may be challenging a bit, but I believe with your lecturers, preceptors, and then clinicians, you'll be able to adjust and overcome all the fears, or as of now, you've been able to overcome them since you've been part of the clinical level for some weeks. One thing that I was happy today, let me say, compared to last year's one, I got here around 9:58, and I can see all my students, including even those who are joining us, you were all seated. That is part of the attitude that you have to develop if you are getting into the clinical level. That is the attitude towards work. The next thing has to do with knowledge. You may get, I would say, some of the knowledge from your preceptors, clinicians, lecturers, but on your own, you have to be knowledgeable. And also combine this with effective communication skills. Whether you are in the clinical setting or you are in the industry, you need this. In addition to that, teamwork, you have to develop that. As you are aware, in the health sector, we work as team. And you need to develop the skills that will help you to fit well in the team and deliver, not the passive one. Again, in terms of getting knowledge, now, as our main motivational speaker said, now with a click of a button, you can get the information. But what we are getting from our facilities is that our students who go on clinical training, they are addicted to their phones. Not for knowledge that will help them in their practice, but rather social media. So I will take this opportunity to advise you, make use of your mobile phone when now the information is in your hands, but make sure it doesn't affect what you are supposed to do or learn. Even if you are using the phone, it's for you to get information related to maybe an area that you are supposed to learn or come and present or offer information, especially in the clinical team. And those who have started going out, please don't go and then some of them are just in a group outside because you are many. It's not only KNUST, you have other institutions who are also sending their students to some of these facilities. But as indicated by the Vice-Chancellor's representative, Professor Acheampong, please, you have to distinguish yourself as KNUST student on clinical training. So with this, I just want to again congratulate you and wish you well. And we pray that in the next 2 years, we will be here to confer on you the degree that you've studied for. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Christian Agyare, for providing us with all the requisite things that we've needed thus far. So on behalf of the students, thank you very much. And let's make use of our mobile phones for our studies, please. please, not just for social media. Thank you, Provost. Thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a point where we get to see our beautiful, intelligent, distinguished students get gowned by faculty, preceptors, and pharmacists here. And so I have the singular honor to invite the chairperson of the White Coat Ceremony Planning Committee, Dr. Mrs. Mercy Opare.
Thank you very much, our moderator, our VC's rep, our provost, our dean, our special guest speaker, all protocol observed. I am very delighted to be here this morning. And today is today. Class of 2023. At last, the 6th White Coat Ceremony. We've been talking about this for a few weeks now. And today we are going to finish the icing on the cake. So we are going to gown our students. We have about 324 students. And we have, this particular year, we are privileged to have some parents gowning their wards. We'll start with lectures from the faculty. And then, after that, the second batch would have the parents following. I would like to invite Professor Ofori-Kwachi, Professor Mrs. Ousu-Derko, Dr. Abna Aponsa Brobe, Dr. Joseph Edu, Professor Boakye-Gyasi, Professor Noble Kuntrobe, Dr. Priscilla Mante, Dr. Mariam LJC, Professor Gustav Kwamnaga, Professor Isaac Ayesu, Dr. John Adote, Dr. George Ennison, Dr. Kofi Buama, so we have 12 lectures ready to gown our students. First batch, please be upstanding. Aqua Philip, John Mensah, Odai Lai, Edria Bridget, Kunedu Josephine, Amata Fio Natali, Aqua Alote Phyllis, Agbeve Pearl, Josephine Bediakon, Kwenchi Ruby, Amponsake Tre Efua, Anani Emmanuel, turn to the right and give the preceptors your coat. Turn and bow. Turn and bow. Boafo Lorraine, Dabre Eugene, Edumata Benedict, Mensa Emanuela, Hammond Eunice, Dazimona, Afol Emmanuel, Egan Stephen, Brace Michael, Nimo Jamna Andrews, Ada Albert, Yeboah Sani. Turn to the right and give your preceptors your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Dafiameko Rosalind, Odro Kofi, Alabi John, Donko Gifty, Asari Abna, Chogbe Mabel, Atuo Ernest, Nyaku Ruth, Educhum Ethel, Yeboah Esther, Apia Mensa Cecilia, Panyin Anita. Turn to the right and give the preceptors your coat. Turn and bow and take your seats. Asari Samuel, Ampa William, Agyare David, Osewusu Daniel, Acheampong Prince, Fojo Michael, Kankam Evans, Esiama Joseph, Karim Abdul Aziz, Gay Moore, Amadou Nurey, Abdul Aziz Suhuyini. Turn to the right and give your preceptors the code. Take a bow and take your seats. Thank you very much, preceptors and lecturers. I may call you again. Thank you for now. So we'll call some parents. Reverend Professor Charles Ansa. Mrs. Lydia Opoku-Ahene. Mrs. Gifty Mankata. Mrs. Afoleke Anijoro. Reverend John Opoku. Mr. Yao Ejako. Dr. George Owusu-Dapah. Mr. Seth Boahini Yeboah. Professor Stephen Bedema. Dr. Efia Mafu. Dr. Kofi Boama. Dr. Atakra. Professor Melling Mensah. Asa Ekufu Priscilla. Jezreel. Mankata Diane. Anijoro Bolu Watife. Dodu Belinda. Boa hini ya boa. Lolubi yedi. Boateng Emmanuela. Yeboa Emmanuela. Odwe Nanwa. Ousudapa Vanessa. Agri George. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Parents gowning their wards are pharmacists. Take a bow and take your seats. Would want to kindly ask that the parents who are not preceptors should kindly take their seats. So we'll invite some preceptors to join the gowners. Mrs. Pauline Coleman. Mr. Ebenezer Nyako. Mr. Andrew Opoku. Mr. Ebenezer Nyako. Mr. Kasmiel Osabuti. Dr. Leslie Boaite. Dr. Kweku Jemfi. Dr. Richmond Edusa Poku. Brianna Adai. Robson Bernard. Emisa Daniela. Reku Brobe Amanda. Nya Emanuela. Yabua Gilbert. Marfu Dennis. Jumfo John. Asari Jampo Kwabna. Kayiranga Micah. Pepra Nanakwesi. Hipoti Albert. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Please bow and take your seats. Dewa Keteku, Amwakun Anson Samuel, Palans Benihin, Nimo Kofi, Amwa Samuel, Tete Jonathan, Malm Prince, Boateng Emmanuel, Agyare Boateng, Mukong Yoli, Fia Phyllis, Bamboo Anthony, turn to the right and take a bow and take your seats. Arthur A. Deloitte, Ose Giovanna, Boateng Liulin, Dakun Akrofi, Pam for Emanuela, Ouswentwi Ebenezer, Oware Paul, Esiama Promise, Abe Davina, Aponsan Elizabeth, Agyare Deborah Daros, Esau Benedict, present your quotes to your preceptors. Take a bow and take your seats. Kelvin Apia, Oswe J. Ayabuafu, Ayite Timothy, Eyifah Nana Kojo, Nsafwa Raymond, Mensa Abraham, Odro Kelvin, Mohammed Abdul Mumuni, Amuako Francis, Someone Vivian. Esiedu Dankwa Enima. Addo Kwasi. So turn to the right and present your quotes. Turn and bow and take your seat. Thank you very much, preceptors and lecturers. So we are privileged to have members of the first batch of our Pharm D program. So we'll call them up here to help with the gowning. We have Dr. Philip Amui, Dr. Kofi Nyano Amwa, Dr. Kofi Ayi Ajavon, Dr. Obed Aponsan, Dr. Ivan Mozu, Dr. Nina Donko, some of them are acting as preceptors at their workplaces. So we'll continue with Mr. Kashmel Osabute, Dr. Frederick Akufu, Dr. Richmond Edusa Poku, Regional Director Rita Ousu Donko, Regional Director of Health Services, Pharmaceutical Division. Okay. And then we'll have the Regional Director of Pharmacy Council, in the person of Mrs. Evelyn Odru. Okay. We would ask Professor Yesu to join us. Upon Herbert, Jedu Inwa Robertson, Abaya Kofi, Danso Annabella, Bando Wilhelmina, Esubonting Cosmos, Safu Boateng Gottfried, Esuman Jude, Osai Joseph, Oguta Divine, Oberi Sarah, Inauhi Stella Maris. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Take a bow and take your seats. Apia Kubi Kojo, Jojo, Nkrumah Ezekiel, Kakari Enoch, Apia Caleb, Agyare Israel, Ofori Samuel Jr., Awini Christiana, Agyare Jemfi, Edu Jemfi Raymond, Agyare Samuel, Abedi Boateng Sophia, Aferibe Sarah, Ose Anto Nanaoye. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Take a bow and take your seat. Jima Joshua, Kwasi Kwasi, Acheampong Christopher, Ankra Nyama, Akume Joseph, Kofi Obing, Yegbe Perry, Imangbe Geraldine, Entry Samuel, Nimo Stephen, Dezu Desmond, Ekpo Deborah. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Take a bow and take your seat. Amankwa Kelvin, Amankwa Richmond, Apia Anita, Mensa James Dennis, Ajimain Yao, Asun Luya Baita, Amanfo Florence, Ajakum Lily, Adai Jessela, Damte Stefan, Asante Gifty, Reko Ampo Nanayao. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Turn and bow and take your seat. Osajedu Emmanuel. Opoku Edward. Boateng Sapong Cyril. Zedro Maxwell. Entry Godwin. Sechi Boateng Bernard. Amwakun Samuel. Afram Samuel. Adokpa Asori Jeffrey. Addo Moses. Addo Kingsley. Senya Papa Kwame. Turn to the right and present your coat. Bow and take your seats. Achichogbe Rosina. Cassie Harriet. Wow. Tosu Angela. Dodu Daniel. Saxon Jerry. Obing Roger. Harris Agnes. Crampa Chester. Teria Aaron. Asante Agnes. Ayipe Emmanuel. Meno Frederick. Turn to the right and present your coat. Take a bow and take your seat. Oforia Mwakon Tracy. Yabo Kwasi. Ajiman Jumo Docas. Awuni Bright. Abubakar Radia. Tay Gabriela. Kakari Kojo. Yabua Evans. Asante Eugene. Anochi Peter. Agyare Precious. Entry Gertrude. Turn to the right and present your code. Take a bow and have a seat. Thank you very much, our dear preceptors and lecturers. Kindly have a seat. We may call you again. We would want to call some of our lecturers to come up to gown our students again. So we'll call Professor Oforikwache, Dr. Abna Aponsa-Brobe, Dr. Edmond Ekwaji, Dr. Joseph Edu, Professor Noble Kuntrube, Professor Boakye-Gyasi, Dr. Priscilla Mante, Professor Gustav Kwamnaga, Dr. John Adote, Dr. George Ennison, Dr. Atakra, and Dr. Kofi Boama. Ahenkra Jacqueline, Asante Nancy, Chumesi Abigail, Adiko Nadu, Eshan Dorcas, Asari Mami Adjoa, Ofori Dankwa Akosua, Nwa Emmanuel, Saja Obed, Arthur Emmanuel, Brobe Nanaekwia, Asamoah Kendra, turn to the right and present your codes. Take a bow and take your seats. Obing Efua, Bediako Priscilla, Agyare Bia Eva, Enchi Milena, Ajiman Joel, Obing Amoa Kofi, Obing Amo Kofi, Tabuzung Stanley, Bene Mazia, Agyare Lloyd, Kofi Echo, Nikwe Rachel, Odro Jakari Ofori. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Take a bow and take your seats. Take a bow and take your seats. Jumon Anakofi. Educhum Samuel. Ohuni Bredu Papa Kwame. Jedu Isaac. Ayi ni Ayikwe. Buachi Poma Deborah. Tete Lilian. Osuaya. Kusiapia Michael. Abdul Rahim Lina. Ousu Nancy. Ousu Ohene. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Take a bow and take your seats. Ouswa Santi Linda. Nketia Rhoda. Ousu Bempa Joanna. Okai Beauty. Opoku Nana Sewa. Obing Mensa Jefferson. Mafu Judith. Sewa Efia. Boateng Mandy. Esiedu Poku Tima. Opong Irama. Asan Sharon. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Take a bow and take your seats. Asari Derek. Boateng Daniel. Bosompem Poku. Abaka Joel. Ankuma Dennis. Quentin Kelvin. Tay Christian. Obing Mensa Gideon. Ampo for Mimi. Japan ya. Kisiedu Roslyn. Yabua Yvette. Turn to the right and present your codes. Turn, take a bow, and take your seat. Uswa Ponsanana. Nyama Gloria. Nedu Addo Mariam. Male Dada Tracy. Akumenyi Baden Mame. Patamia Frida. Mensa Lloyd. Amuzu Francis. Forba Abigail. Kumsin Emmanuel. Opoku Nkrumah Richard. Esrifisi Simon. Turn to the right and present your codes. Turn, take a bow, and take your seats. Nyakuna nama Ekwa Mwa Lydia. Menu Shadrach. Ampafo Philip. Osebonsu Limuel. Ousujima Alfreda. Nuaku Yao. Minia Crispin. Trento Michelle. Aglobiche Lydia. Bafu Bonnie Marie Millicent. Aughtry Georgina. Turn to the right and present your codes. Take a bow and take your seats. Akoto Banfu Nanayao. Asari Pepra Erekua. Aban Samantha. Jepi Gambra Gloria. Hesi Odwe Jennifer, Agyare Dennis, Yao Bimpong, Yabua Bimpong, Ampong Stephen, Acheampong Andrews, Dokuvi Diane, Apia Kubi Erama, Tinkrang Henry, turn to the right and present your quotes. Take a bow and take your seats. Dear Sako, dear Daniel, Fojo Kelvin, Odro Emanuela, Thompson Baba, Gansa Baba, Oferi Buedu Barrel, Sir Henry, Aban Gilbert, Emmanuel Bache, Emmanuel Aponsa, Marcus Obrieje, Kwame Asamoah. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Take a bow and take your seats. Entry Isabella. Ajua Odro. Abna Frimpong. Joseph Frimpong, Asamoah Evelyn, Ousu Equia, Osebonsu Chantel, Osafo Somoa Elizabeth, Osewusu Nanaya, Abuaje Monica, Ethel Wilson, Yabua Samantha. Turn to the right and present your quotes. Turn to the turn and take a bow, and then take your seat. We'll call our special guests to join this last set of students we are going to. Osafo Peggy. Amofa Emmanuel. Opoku Jemfi Kingsley. Ousu Asamoah Richmond. Donyina Equia. Azazia Lorena. Intim Eunice. Afram Deborah. Acheampong Janice. Agyare for Rosemary. Ousu Amofa. Kufuor Sharon. Dogbe Priscilla. Turn to the right and present your coats. Take a bow and take your seats. To our preceptors and gowners, we say thank you so much for gowning our students. Kindly take your seats. I'll hand over to the moderator.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you agree with me that our chairperson and committee deserve a very big round of applause. They have worked tirelessly to make sure that this is a successful event. And indeed it is, isn't it? Yes. So congratulations once again. And at this juncture, we will call on the Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Professor Berko Panyin Anto, to administer the pledge to our students.
Thank you very much. Be upstanding, please. As a student of pharmacy who believes there is a need to build and reinforce a professional identity founded on integrity, ethical behavior, and honor, who believe that this development, a vital process in your education, will help ensure that you are true to the professional relationship you establish between yourself and society as you become a member of the pharmacy community, who believes integrity, honesty, and commitment to service must be an essential part of everyday life. How do you pledge? I promise God will certainly help you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Professor Berko Panyin, Anto, Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. You may resume your seats. At this juncture, I think we all agree that this has indeed been a successful event. And we have nominated someone to thank all of us. And so I wish to invite upstage Naah Kojo Eyifah.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Boakye-Gyasi. A very good afternoon to you all once again. My heart is filled with enormous joy as I have been given the privilege of giving this vote of thanks. First and foremost, our greatest gratitude goes to the Lord Most High, who has been ever faithful to us throughout this journey. If we can sit here in our dazzling dresses and in our beautiful white coats, then it is indeed the faithfulness of God. I want to say a big thank you to all invited guests, the representative of the VC, former VC, the Provost, the Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Mr. Kwasi Poku Boateng, the FDA Regional Representative, chaplains present, the Asante Mahene, and all other special guests. Thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedules to grace this ceremony. I also want to say a very big thank you to you as well, the White Coat Ceremony Planning Committee. Thank you very much for everything that you have done for the class of 2023. Our hearts are deeply filled with gratitude. Another big thank you to the parents, friends, and loved ones who made the time to attend this ceremony. To those streaming online as well, we say our thank yous to you as well. We are thankful to all media houses and other non-teaching staff who have also contributed to make this ceremony a successful one. Now to my very own colleagues, the ever-promising class of 2023. Congratulations are in order. See what the Lord has done. What we've been praying for, what we've been asking for, has come to pass. See what the Lord has done. It is my prayer that we shall all grow and become the model pharmacists who will greatly advance healthcare in this nation and beyond. Today is our day. Let nothing take that away from you. I strongly believe this is a good point to reflect on the past years, even though the journey is not over. Reflect, congratulate yourself, and let's finish the race with a thankful heart and a resilient spirit. Finally, I'll leave you with this quote in German. Grobs macht ist immer mit Grobs Verantwortung verbunden. Meaning, with great power comes great responsibility. Thank you all once again. May God bless you and see you at the top.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. In the same vein, we would like to thank in a special way all the sponsors for Penny Engineering and Supply Limited, Pharmacy, Penry Pharmacy, Juliponia Pharmacy, Unicom Chemists Limited, the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, JM Addo and Sons Limited, Lanza Chemists Limited, Garrison Pharmacy, Tobinco Pharmaceuticals Limited, Sinapiaba Savings and Loans Limited, and Habme Pharmacy Limited. Please, let's put our hands together for our sponsors. All too soon, the day is about to end. But I know there are a lot of celebrations and parties scheduled for the rest of the day. And so, because our Dean wishes to let us have very safe and health-conscious celebrations, he has a few remarks for us.
I believe you are all happy. But I would say I'm the happiest person here. Why? Because this is the 6th white coat ceremony. Other universities, sister universities, some are yet to have one. A university with the highest number is going to have their 2nd one. So we are far ahead of them. But if I got anything today, it is the stress on attitude. Your coats look white. I want to believe that they will never turn brown. But then, the right attitude is all that matters. Our keynote speaker made us aware that there's a gray area in industry and regulation. Community and hospital, we already know about them. So I will want to leave with you, begin to think outside the box. I remember during the B Pharm times, there was this lady who finished B Pharm. We took her in as a service personnel, and I met her on the veranda, and I said, "How are you doing?" I said, "Sir, I am confused." Then I said, "That is good." She looked at me. I said, "Yes, you are confused because you have started thinking. If you don't think, you can never get confused. I want you to begin to think, and don't worry if you get confused. It is the beginning to a successful career." Thank you.
Thank you so much, our Dean. We will start thinking. Now, please let's take note that after the closing prayer, we are to remain seated for a very important exercise. So please, kindly remain seated after the closing prayer. The closing prayer will be given by Reverend Father Dr. Naah, the Catholic chaplain for KNUST.
Thank you. Shall we please rise for prayers? Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Dear Lord and Master, you have been our help in ages past. You are the hope for our future. You are our strength, our comfort in stormy winds. We are so much grateful to you for this day, the 6th white coat ceremony of this prestigious university, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. We thank you for what this university is for our nation, for our continent, and for the entire world. We thank you in a very special way for the College of Health Sciences. We thank you for this faculty of pharmacy and pharmaceutical science. Thank you for the dean, staff, all those who are making this faculty a great success for us. We pray you, O Lord, that you continue to confer your graces and blessings upon them. Give them all the strength, the enthusiasm that they need, even as they go on their activity in forming and preparing young adults for their future. We pray in a very special way for the planning committee. We thank you for the effort that has made us witness this great day in our lives. May they go unrewarded. May they enjoy your protection, your love, lives. We pray for our dear students who have witnessed this great day in their lives. It is a new stage you have opened in their lives of formation. We pray you, O Lord, that you grant them all the graces, the strength that they need to make good use of this opportunity that you have given them. Ward from them every discouragement. Keep them safe, body and mind. Grant them all the strength that they need, even as they go about forming themselves. Be true to the pledge they have taken today. May they love, care, and perform their duties with compassion and service to humanity. We pray for their parents, families, friends, well-wishers, sponsors, benefactors and benefactresses, and all those who love and care for them and are helping them in their studies, that they too will be sharers of this blessing. And for all of us who are witnessing this great ceremony wherever we find ourselves, may we all enjoy protection, the blessings of God in our life. For our invited guests, we thank you for journey mercies. And even as we depart from here, lead us to our destination safely and sound. And may the memories of this great day always urge us on in our activities. May the blessings of the Almighty God descend upon us and remain with us now and forever. Amen.
Thank you so much. Please take your seats. Our distinguished invited guests, as well as all staff of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, after the important activity that's about to take place, kindly move to the conference room of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences for refreshments. Our distinguished invited guests and all staff of the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Please, I wish to crave our indulgence for a few minutes for this important exercise. Our dignitaries, if you could line up here for a quick photo. Members of the committee, kindly get ready. Staff of FPPS, we'll start with the academic staff. Members of the committee, please get ready to join the next shot. Dr. Mrs. Vivian Boama, Dr. Isaac Kingsley Amponsa, Dr. James Opon Chicheku, Dr. Niman Osafo, Mrs. Catherine Incho, Naah, Kojo Eyifah, Akosua Ofori Dankwa. Yes, please. May I crave your indulgence? They will join you, the dignitaries, please. Sorry. Auntie Evelyn. And then faculty. That's the academic staff of FPPS, please. Newman. Dr. Newman Osafo, yes. Dr. Mrs. Vivian Esiapa Boama, Mrs. Catherine Incho. Staff of FPPS, academic staff, our registrar, our librarian, our administrators, kindly. Thank you very much. So much. Shall we all be upstanding so that our dignitaries can recess? All interns at Garrison Pharmacy, please meet pharmacist Dr. Richmond Edusa Poku outside for a special message. Thank you all. Okay, and our dear students, this announcement is for you. We are all moving to the faculty right now for a special event. You know about it already. Yes. So, congratulations to you. Thank you, parents, guests, everyone for coming, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.